From Newsroom Southeast, the main stories this evening. There's been a warning today that Muslims in the region could become targets for harassment because of the Gulf conflict. Leaders of the Muslim community are appealing for calm and say there must be no retribution. The warning follows an arson attack on a mosque at Woking in Surrey.
We're worried because it will affect our lives. We become probably under a siege. Situations could arise like the ghettos in pre-war Germany.
Meanwhile, more Southeast RAF reserves are reporting for duty after being called up. 120 men and women from 4624 Squadron of the Royal Auxiliary Air Force based in Oxfordshire have been drafted in to help load aircraft with supplies for servicemen in the Gulf. A murder hunt has been launched tonight after a man was gunned down on a road beside a canal in Buckinghamshire. The body was found shortly after 7 o'clock in Court Lane near the Grand Union Canal in Iver. Detectives were told that a man was seen running from the scene with a shotgun. The three rail unions have begun a campaign against the privatisation of British Rail. They want the rail network restructured and warn of fare rises if it's sold off to private industry. Meanwhile, Transport Minister Roger Freeman has met Essex rail commuters who want cash refunds for late-running trains. Around 1,000 jobs are to go at 2 motor plants in Berkshire. Vandervelde Bearings has announced that its Maidenhead factory, which employs 850 people, is to close when it moves its operation to Scotland. And Iveco Ford has announced 170 redundancies at its plant in Langley and at offices in Watford in Hertfordshire. The company says a collapse in the UK truck market is to blame. That's all from us. Now the weather with Ian McCaskill.
Hello, there's a huge area of high pressure sitting over the country. It's going to give most of us dry weather right through to the weekend. Just at the moment, Britain's a bit like a sandwich, an economy sandwich, bread on top and bread beneath, but not all that much in between. And that's the position for tonight and tomorrow. This is a huge area of high pressure, but those are weak frontal systems, weak because they're running into this huge area of high pressure. It's the high pressure that counts over the next few days, sinking slowly southwards. This front giving a little light rain in northwest Britain during tomorrow, but mainly dry weather continuing tomorrow and again on Thursday and Friday. Tonight, the country divides into 3. East Anglia and southern counties of England, a lot of cloud, just a little bit of drizzle in places, most places staying completely dry. At the other end of the country, over Scotland and over Ireland, a lot of cloud here too. Many places, especially in eastern Scotland, staying dry, but there will be some drizzle in places, mainly in the north and the west. Between more clear skies, patches of quite dense freezing fog forming during the night, especially in the North Midlands and over northern England, a few fog patches elsewhere too, and very cold in that central area, as low as -4 Celsius, 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Tomorrow the country divides into 3 again. Southern counties of England and Wales generally dry, a lot of cloud, but quite bright at times. A lot of cloud too over Scotland, northern England and Ireland, and a little light rain spreading from the northwest during the day, although most places staying completely dry. Between very bright, but just a few patches of freezing fog persisting right through the day in some areas, especially in the Midlands. Light winds everywhere tomorrow, especially around the high centred in the southwest there. Those are the average wind speeds at midday tomorrow. Now mild in the north and in the south, but quite cold where the fog persists, only 3 degrees Celsius. And some fog patches persisting on Thursday and on Friday. Good night.
It's new, the boys from the bush.
It's me, Uncle Reg. Leslie. Oh, right. Look, I'm not Reg. I'm Dennis Tontine. Reg is tied up at the moment, and he asked me to meet you.
So how's business? Well, it'd be better if you want me for a job.
I've got to meet this Filipino girl. She's come here to marry this... Like, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
I like to use you to buy things for me. What sort of thing?
You stand there, hold that card. If a Filipino girl comes through, you grab her, right? You grab her and hold her there and don't move away. He hasn't paid me yet to realise that. Mind you.
Leslie, I hope your relatives aren't into exploitation.
You sure he's the right man?
Perfect. Is what he always was. And up himself, Tom.
The Boys from the Bush on Friday at the new time of 10 o'clock on 1.
Turning back to this Tuesday evening now and a quick trip through the rest of our slightly remodelled lineup, starting in a moment with Spender. At 10:55, this week's Film 91 looks at the latest offerings from Hollywood's big guys, Stallone and Schwarzenegger. Of slighter proportions, but no less impact, Raquel Welch is on a crusade against racism at 11:25, causing scandal in a small town. With Gulf Vigil at 5:01, with British Muslim leader Dr. Zaki Badawi, and news of the latest developments in the Gulf at 1 o'clock, that's the rest of tonight on BBC1. So now, undercover and in trouble with his own team, Jimmy Nail prepares for another assault on the murky waters of Geordieland in Spender.